Wait, India's which one? Oh. What the fuck? Like he went out of his way to make it. What the fuck? Oh my lord. Mm. It's been happening. Oh wait, you mean like they've just made it like extra? It already wasn't. Mm. That's so confusing. Interesting. Ah, mm. I think that's like the opposite of in the not opposite, but I remember hearing something about in the UK. It's not illegal to sell like sexual services or favors, but it's illegal to like solicit it. Apparently, like does that mean like oh is it like is soliciting as in like advertising it? Because I assumed it meant like you can't ask people to 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 let them pay no let them let you pay them. I think. Mhm. What? Ah, okay. Fair. It didn't do anything. Mm. Yeah, it's like it's so I guess like re-legalizing it is just like claiming it as your own now. So it doesn't seem like a remnant of the past kind of thing. You just it's one of those like the one of those teacher things where it's like, oh yeah, you can copy my homework, just change it slightly so they don't know. Did they at least like correct any spelling errors in the old one or anything? Update the language. Oh my god. Ah, I see, I see. Mm. Mm. Good lord. Good lord, yeah. Yeah, it's a cultural thing, I guess. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, or like some kind of like person who actually punishes them if they respond like that. But who's gonna spend the resources on that is the thing, right? Oh, I thought we were on like start. Oh, oh, we've just been having some uh, not overly spicy takes. I don't think.
Okay, yeah, either way, kids won't be watching me now. Hopefully. It's 8. Kids won't be
Yeah,
watching
it's all
now.
good.
Uh,
I mean, I hope not. Sometimes I say some weird shit.
yeah, see, that's fine. That's fine. The thing is, whenever I see a kid on chat, I merely try to switch to something more wholesome.
Fair, fair, fair.
They should.
Sometimes, like, there are so many people who are like stealth kids. Like, you don't realize they're kids until they like show. There was one person who showed up in my stream before, and they like chatted a little bit, and I was like, oh, cool, they're also a streamer. Like, I'll follow them back and like maybe check them out sometime. I noticed they were live the other day, and I
Okay.
went in, and I was like, oh god, this person has not reached puberty.
Oh,
There's
shit.
no way this person sounds extremely young, and they're playing Minecraft. Oh god,
Oh,
they
no,
should
not
not
the
have been
kids.
in my stream. I was like, oh no,
No,
I don't even know how to.
no,
like,
one side.
I'm like, should I ban this person?
No, the thing is, you're in a weird spot where, banning them ain't gonna solve the problem. They'll just move on to a different streamer who's more comfortable with weird stuff.
Mm.
You get what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I just like I try not to. I think be. I don't think I'm explicitly a bad influence on children or anything. It just feels weird, right?
Yeah, it does.
Thinking that a child is listening to the kind of random stuff you're saying on the internet. Oh lord.
Thing about kids and me is,
Mm.
it's like kids aren't supposed to listen to the stuff I say. Like here I'm talking about the legalization of, comfort women, for lack of better words, because maybe there's a kid on the street. Like, I
Just
don't
in
know.
case.
Just in case. Kids aren't supposed to know about comfort women. They shouldn't know about paid hand holding.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's take a kid from a kid's perspective, like, yeah, it's perfectly fine. Let me pay someone to do it with me.
Oh, no.
That's like every
That's like
teenage boy I knew in high school.
oh no. That kind of brings up something like kind of an interesting side track thingy. Which is like I feel it's really weird when people kind of fall into this whole thing of like when you're arguing whether something is good or bad and their only justification is whether or not it's legal. And I'm just like, there has to be a little more nuance to it than just if it's legal, it's okay. Like, I don't like that.
See, murder is technically legal, but that doesn't make it okay.
Wait, sorry, huh?
Murder under certain circumstances is legal, but that doesn't make it okay.
Yeah.
Or okay, so
and there are certain things that are illegal that I would like very much disagree with.
Yeah,
being
see, that's
legal or like actually morally wrong.
yeah.
And,
So
like,
if you look at
just
certain
be
things,
like that.
if you're gonna go with that logic, people who aren't quote unquote straight, it's illegal. I mean, law wise.
Yeah.
But that's total bullshit because they ain't hurting anyone. They're minding their own business.
Exactly. Wait, I'm like googling weird British laws because I remember there's like some really funky ones and
the
they're
fish
really
one?
good examples.
The fish?
Yeah, like the fucking fish one.
No.
Or like here, there's like I think you're not supposed to have chocolate on public transport. What?
Oh yeah, so one of my cousins got arrested for something like that in India.
What?
So what happened was
so
okay, so according to certain laws in a certain place, aka the capital, you're not supposed to sit down on the floor for public transport.
Oh.
I mean, you have a train, you're not supposed to sit on the floor.
It's not that much.
And
I mean, like, yeah, it's a little odd, but it's not something you should get arrested over.
I mean, like, given that was crowded, she didn't have a place to sit. It was like about a 2-hour train journey. She sat on the floor. Her and her friends taken it by the cops, so dad had to go bail her out.
Bruh. Wait, I'm looking at this article. It said, unfortunately for ladies, an obscure 19th century English law made it illegal for women to eat chocolate after getting on a bus.
Wait, what?
It's so weirdly specific. It's only women, and I think specifically on a bus. And so you can't eat. It's women, chocolate, and buses. The Venn diagram of that, when you get that like middle point, it's illegal. And for some reason, I don't understand. That's so weird. That's so odd. I mean, Singapore has like strange laws too. Like it's illegal to sell gum here.
But isn't it considered a medical product over there?
No, like gum, like chewing gum.
Yeah, but I thought you guys classified it as a medical product.
Is it? Okay, I don't know anything about that. All I know is that the rationale is the government was basically like, like when a kid makes a mess with say like you bought your kid some glitter and then your kid gets it everywhere and you're like, okay, you're not allowed to have any more glitter. That's essentially the same logic the government applied, because they were like, you guys are throwing gum on the streets, sticking it under under seats on the buses. We can't trust you with this stuff. No more gum. And it's just been that way since. That's basically like it. It's just a hygiene thing.
Okay, so I'm just looking at weird laws, and I found one from Switzerland. For context, one of my cousins, she's studying in London. She has 2 French roommates, and according to her roommates don't flush after the sun sets down. And I was like, yeah, they're just fucking with her. That's my thought process till I saw this law. I'm like, maybe they're not French. Maybe they're French ethnicity from Switzerland. Here you go. So apparently, there's a regulation of Switzerland where you cannot flush your shit after 10.
After do they explain why?
I don't know. Check this out.
Are they just scared that like if everybody flushes after 10, like something's gonna happen in the sewers? Wait, I gotta Google this.
I'll check.
Swiss flush after Switzerland.
Okay, it's an urban myth. Apparently, it's an urban myth.
Filled this.
Is it an urban myth?
I think it's a common courtesy. Maybe
it's a cultural thing.
Regulation.
Maybe it's a cultural thing. Yeah. Maybe her roommates think it's common courtesy not to flush the toilet, which is weird.
Oh yeah, maybe it's like a noise level thing. Maybe they like live in a place where the pipes are very noisy.
No,
maybe in Switzerland.
The place where they live is fine.
What am I saying?
The place where they live is fine.
Yeah, but maybe like their home in Switzerland or like wherever they're from has noisy pipes, and they're just France. Yeah.
Because every other French person I've talked to, they're just fucking with us. That's why they told me. They're just fucking with us. They're just screwing around with the Bronco.
I mean, I've genuinely so in my last year of university, I used to live in a house with like 8 other people.
Okay.
And it was a house that was meant to house like I think 6. I think it was meant to house 6. And 9 of us ended up staying there because a bunch of people had like significant others and partners and stuff.
Okay.
So because of COVID regulations, we were like, we should all just like stay in one house, and then we'll actually have like social interaction and company, and we'll get to see our significant others. So we're like, yeah, okay. Everyone agreed to it and all that. But
sounds good on paper.
Just like sorry, there was this mystery in the house of somebody would just occasionally forget to flush the toilet. And it was like, it happened like several times in 1 week. It was to the point where like some people were uncomfortable to like actually say anything, so they would just flush it and then like complain about it one-on-one with other people. And unfortunately, at one point, I was kind of not sober, and I went into the toilet, and there was just like a steaming shit.
No, that's the worst thing.
In the toilet.
That's
and
the
I
worst
went into the living room with everyone, and I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I remember I was not very polite about it because I was drunk, and I was kind of like exaggerating it.
Yeah, see, it's fun. Like, you wake up, you go there, like maybe you're drunk, you need to take a leak, and we have to sit. We can't stand. I don't know which one's worse, sitting or standing, because if you're standing, you have to look at it.
Yeah, if you start, yeah, you'd have to like look right into it. But then the thing with sitting is that you also like. I mean, we all know in a shared house, another person's butt has been there before, but there's nothing so viscerally reminding you of that fact as another person. Reminder that they've been there in the toilet. I love that this is an intellectual stream.
No, it is intellectual. We're talking about common courtesy.
Exactly. Yeah, we're talking about social norms and cultural expectations.
Like, I genuinely thought her French roommates were fucking with her. They're just screwing around with the brown liberal.
They might have. They might have been.
Or maybe they're from the Swiss border, where it's culturally appropriate to not flush after 10 p.m.
It's so like specific as well. Like at night, they just don't touch the.
I don't touch the flush
anymore. It's like an odd superstition thing. Oh, speaking of superstitions, I like asking people, do you have any like superstitions you subscribe to?
Personally,
or like just anything in your culture that is like interesting, you think other people find interesting?
Okay, so the thing is, when it comes to my culture, actually, I would say I'm a mixture of 4 different cultures.
Ooh.
And some of them contradict each other. The superstitions contradict each other. Like my mother is a Church of England Protestant, so she kind of avoids the number 13. Meanwhile, her cousins who are Punjabis, that's an ethnic group in India, for them 13 is a lucky number.
Yeah.
So that's there, and then waltz is there. Oh yeah, my father's side has this weird belief that after you go to a funeral, you go straight to you go take a shower, no questions asked.
Oh. Just in case you have the stink of it.
No,
on you.
And how
just wash off the bad luck. Cleanse yourself a little bit. That's kind of understandable.
And compared to other Asian cultures who tend to view turtles as good luck charms, we tend to see turtles as harbingers of death.
Oh,
that's
interesting.
Let turtle in your house, like a death follows, something like that.
Hold on, I'm like turtle harbingers of death.
Bad luck. I think it's bad luck. Death is an owl.
Okay. Yeah, I just got a lot of search results of Shakespeare's Phoenix and the Turtle, and then some pictures of like, the usual environmentalist turtles and sea plastic stuff.
And what else do we have? Yes. Apparently, eating a cow is sacrilegious, even though I do that on a regular basis. I see, Dad's cool with that. Like, Dad and Mom are cool with it, so it's fine. The extended family tends to find it sacrilegious. Then what else is there?
Is that like Hindu religion?
Yeah, it's the Hindu. Even though there are lots of denominations of Hinduism that tend to eat beef without any, it's like
I could be wrong. I'm just only vaguely remembering what another one of my friends has mentioned before.
Okay.
I remember she had like a whole tirade about it because she was like complaining about, I think, her family or like other like very religious people who she'd like run into, and she was just like, they only care about eating beef because it's I can't remember the exact name, but like whatever person.
Krishna's pet was
Krishna.
I'd say it's more complicated than that, because I'd say there's a historic significance to not eating the cow because every Indian culture, more or less, like regardless of, has some tend to every Indian cuisine tends to have a lot of milk-based product associated with it.
Yeah.
So killing the cow and eating it would have been seen as a waste of resources.
Okay, that makes sense as well.
Which slowly got incorporated into religious beliefs. Like most religion-based diets tend to have a practical, completely practical and logical reason behind it, but people tend to forget that.
Yeah.
And now we have
it just becomes about the myth.
Yeah, now we have a shit ton of cows, so it's perfectly acceptable to eat them. See, back in the day, cows
now you have a surplus.
We have a surplus of cows. And the thing about a cow is, it's built like a tank. The cow chases you just
Cows are kind of scary.
they can eat
They're just
anything.
like a little bit terrifying. They're huge.
So my university had a problem with what we jokingly called illegal immigrants. So it was
Oh,
co-
no.
it was cows that the farmers just kind of snuck into our university to graze.
Mhm.
So
Oh
we
my
had an entire border security force dedicated to chasing off cows.
Wait, how many people were on this whole task force?
I'd say about 200 security personnel.
200! Damn!
And they
I mean, fair. Cows are terrifying. I wouldn't feel safe unless I was with a big group.
no,
All dedicated to
no,
the
the
same
thing is, their
cause.
job is to locate a cow, use a stick to chase the cow off campus. That's their job. And they came up with certain new technologies to make sure cows don't enter the places where we stay.
Oh.
So since cows,
Technologies?
yeah, so cows' hooves require a flat surface. So anything that's circular, it's tough for them to walk on.
Oh.
So yeah, like these water the water drainage thingy that they have in certain places. It's like metal cylinders on the floor.
Milson, I
Mm,
kind of understand what you mean, but
Yeah, it's just
that imagery is just so funny.
so they implemented that all across wherever humans are. So the cows cannot sneak in.
These cows must have been like very chill with people around,
Uh,
I guess. To,
it's-
just be
it's like- it's like a
wandering into.
It's like a 50-50 thing.
Mm.
So for some reason they hated the sound of wheels hitting the surface of anything.
Oh,
So
interesting.
if let's say you have a bag, invariably it has wheels. A cow chases you, toss the bag to the other side and run. Come back later, pick up the bag.
Oh my god, just like the thought of a cow chasing me, I would simply perish. I would not know how to deal with that.
And if you think cows are bad, after my first job was associated with another university.
Mhm.
They had a monkey problem.
I had a monkey problem in my school when I was younger. It was so bad. It was so weird to like walk into a classroom after like a break and stuff. And then you just see a monkey rifling through your bag trying to find food. And everyone would just like the monkey would stare at you, you would stare at the monkey, and no one would know what to do.
Yeah, at least the monkey didn't threaten, threaten the local human population.
Oh,
So
no.
for us, what happened was the monkeys came up with a system where they kind of devolved in a way
They came up with a
because
system.
so what they do is the monkeys tend to harass the student population.
Mhm.
So what happens is, let's say
Oh,
you're eating
no.
something. The monkeys send a messenger. I don't know what to call it. I'll call it the messenger to come negotiate with you. Basically, hand over the food, or something bad will happen. Let's say you do not comply with the monkeys' demands. Two of them will attack you from behind.
Two of them. Oh my god!
It's then
That's so terrifying.
it's Jurassic Park. One's a decoy in the front of you, two in the back.
The monkeys in my school, they just sneak into the classrooms when everyone's out, and then they just rifle through people's bags looking for food themselves.
They don't attack people, so that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, we were also like small children then, so I think even if anyone tried to like get near them, the teachers would kind of grab you and be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Okay, makes sense. Monkeys are dangerous, right? But then it depends on the subspecies.
Yeah.
There's one major subspecies in South India which tends to go after human interaction.
Oh,
And they kind of
in
pick
like
up
a good or bad way? Like they're
A bad-
friendly or they're very bold?
very bold.
Oh no!
They tend to pick up all the bad habits that we as a species have. Smoking. Yeah, I've seen them smoke.
You've seen monkeys smoke
Cigarettes.
like lit cigarettes?
Yeah. So let's say you're in a place where monkeys are. You decide to light a smoke. They sneak up.
They might attack you for the smoke.
Yeah, they attack you for the smoke.
That's wild. Oh
And-
my lord.
And once compared to humans, since they have a lower body mass index, the susceptibility to getting addicted to tobacco is higher.
Oh
It's
no.
that, and monkeys are naturally
It's a
alcoholics.
never-ending loop.
And monkeys are naturally alcoholics.
They are?
Now, I mean, at least over here. So you have something called a
Oh
palm
my
fruit.
gosh.
I don't know what. Let me see if I can get a picture of it. It's
Palm fruit. That sounds familiar. We might have that here as well where I am.
it looks like a giant lychee once you cut it up.
Ah.
Let me just send it to you. I've got a picture of it. It's a common summer delicacy. So if you let it out for some time, it naturally gets turned into alcohol.
Oh. Oh, like it just ferments
It
itself.
just ferments on its own. Yeah.
Nice. I mean, kind of not nice, but nice.
Yeah, it is nice. It's the thing is, the funny thing is, back in the 80s, our government saw the Americans. At least my state government saw the Americans. They're like, the prohibition. They're like, you know what? Let's do that. And they failed because you don't have to go to the store to get alcohol around these parts, especially if you live in the countryside.
Yeah.
So if you want strong stuff, that's a different thing. But if you're okay with the weak stuff, just go to the closest palm fruit tree, shake it.
Shake it.
Yeah,
And
there
then
you go.
just leave it out for a little bit.
No, just it naturally ferments in the fruit itself.
Oh, so you just open it and like eat it, and you're like,
No, you
I'm
just
drunk.
you just open it, you squish it, and you drink it.
Oh my gosh. Wow, that's kind of cool. Disastrous, I assume, for the monkeys. Oh my god, imagine a drunk monkey rampage. Oh lord. I mean, I assume you guys don't have to imagine.
No,
but
it's not. It's not surprisingly not that common. It's uncommon.
Okay, that's good.
Now, see, drunk monkeys are less dangerous than sober monkeys.
Ah, now that I didn't expect.
See, sober
they just
monkeys
drink themselves into a stupor.
Yeah, they drink themselves in a stupor and start fighting each other, which is fine. The problem is when the entire, I don't know what do they call them, a pack of monkeys. What's a group of monkeys called?
Let's come up with our own term for it.
Okay, a troop of monkeys. No, they're not. You can't
Oh, a
call
troop, like a circus troop.
Yeah. So a troop of monkeys, once they start cooperating with each other, that's when it's tough.
Bro.
And like I've seen monkeys, lick nicotine packs.
I realized you can't see what my jaw like dropped, and I was like, oh lord, just imagining it. Oh no, the monkeys. The fact that monkeys can have addiction to these substances is kind of terrifying.
We have more in common than we tend to accept.
Oh lord.
And
I can accept that I have a lot in common with a banana DNA wise. I don't like how much we have in common with monkeys behavioral wise.
It's like how I put. There are two ways to look at it. We could be monkeys or we could be humans.
I don't think either of those are great options. I simply want to exist without corporeal form. I want to only be a concept. I am a cat on the internet.
That's the next step that's the next step in evolution.
Shed our corporeal forms, become simply thought.
Oh yeah, so the university where I worked in, the monkeys are protected by the forest department because there's a forest reserve nearby.
Oh,
so therefore, protecting.
You guys couldn't do anything.
Yeah, so let's say the monkey assaults you, you punch it, you go to prison.
You get in trouble.
Yeah, you get in trouble.
But it's self-defense.
Self-defense. Self-defense is only applicable against humans.
Oh no.
And
but the monkeys are so much scarier.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't reason with a monkey.
Yeah, so the thing is, let's say if it's a tiger, they'll give you a pass. But if it's a monkey, they're like, it's a monkey. Come on, look at it. Do you think it's gonna hurt you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, monkeys are the most dangerous animals. A tiger.
Monkeys are terrifying. Like, I've been chased by a monkey. It's not a great experience. It's terrifying, in fact.
And monkeys are, and compared to a tiger, a monkey is more intelligent, so it makes it more scarier.
Yeah, it knows what it's doing, and it will not stop.
Yeah, it wants what it wants. It's as simple as that.
It is. It's up to no good. Monkeys cannot be trusted.
Exactly.
I I fear monkeys almost as much as I fear birds. I don't trust birds at all.
What happened between you and birds?
I don't know. It's just like been for ages, and then it just kind of became a thing that like I just don't like the way they strut around. Like, you know, like birds don't walk. They like
Yeah.
have a strut.
Yeah.
Like they don't even, like some birds don't even hop. Like the ones I hate the most, the ones who I absolutely detest are pigeons because they're everywhere. They don't respect your personal space. They don't fear anything. They do not have the fear of God put into them. They are bold. And like they are I think it was when I was in primary school. We had a cafeteria that was like open air,
Okay.
and it did have fans because
no.
you know it's like warm and stuff.
Oh
And
no.
like open air plus fans plus birds flying through the cafeteria trying to get at your food.
Oh
It's
no.
just not a great time. Like it wasn't an abnormally high rate of bird and fan accidents, but enough that it did kind of like, ooh, every time I see them I'm kind of like, oh, I don't like that. I just wish they were not here.
Yeah,
And
that's
like some pigeons at my school, there was something wrong with the pigeons at my school, and that they have just scarred me from pigeons altogether. Like I know doves apparently are like albino pigeons,
yeah.
which like when I think of it like that, I'm like, okay, maybe some pigeons could be like somewhat elegant and pretty, but the pigeons in my school were straight up monsters.
Another thing is it's highly probable that the pigeons in your school are infected.
They could be. They could. I wouldn't be surprised. Some of them
Because
have that crazy
pigeons
look
are
in their
basically the
eyes.
bird equivalent of a bat.
Ah.
Carries infections wherever they go.
Oh Lord. I don't like the thought of that. There were many pigeons in that school, and they were just so weird. There were two I remember that I would always see around. I could tell them apart because like they had different colored eyes. One of them was like beady and red, and the other one was kind of like darker colored eyes.
Okay.
But they were weird. You know how like most birds have feathers on their body and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And the feet are like scaly or
Yeah.
whatever they are.
Reptilian.
But
Yeah.
like the feathers don't go onto the leggy bits, right?
Yeah. They don't.
No. The feathers, I don't know how. These two birds had feathers between their toes, touching the ground.
So that's
Like it was weird. It was weird. Like I remember I would recognize them because of like their freakish legs, and I'd be like, "Oh God, it's them! Like I have to get out of here.
and
I don't want to be here."
yeah, that's actually a really rare mutation.
Really,
It's
terrifying.
it's really rare. See, thing is, finding a featherless bird is more common than that.
I hate that. And there were two of them in that school. Oh no! I remember it wasn't just the eyes. At one point, one of them lost one of their legs, presumably in a fan-based accident. So they couldn't leave anymore. They were just stuck looking for scraps in our school cafeteria. Oh God!
Now, if you think
like,
pigeons
kind
are
of just,
bad,
like in the area, but oh Lord!
if you think pigeons are bad, sparrows are worse. I mean, they don't look scary. I mean, they're not scary or anything.
They're kind of chill though.
I mean, they're. It's a species of psychopaths. So,
Oh no!
So sparrows have this really weird thing, but I don't know if it's a pigeon or sparrow. Yeah, both. Yeah, it's sparrow. So let's say a sparrow chick falls off the nest. If a human helps said chick, the mother kicks it off.
Yeah, they never accept it again, do they?
Yeah.
It's just like, good luck to you. You're dead to me.
Yeah. You fell off the nest.
Oh Lord.
You took help from a human. You're dead to me. Get off the nest.
We don't raise weak birds here. You failed the test.
It's but then again, they're reptiles. If you look at birds, they're basically feathered reptiles.
Yeah.
And it's kind of ironic because a reptile is more caring for its young than a bird.
Wait, really? I thought reptiles just kind of gave birth to their young and just like went, see ya kids, vibed off.
And those are just turtles. Crocodiles.
Yeah, that's probably where I got the expectations from.
Okay, crocodiles tend to stick to their young as long as possible.
Oh, that is actually adorable. I love crocodiles.
The number of crocodile farms I've seen, I'm like, wait a minute, can I take an egg? And the guy's like, no.
Sorry, crocodile farms?
So yeah, we have
multiple of those?
Yeah, we have a lot of those over here. So it's not for meat purpose or anything like that. It's part of the conservation effort for certain species.
Oh, I see.
So after, let's say they reach a certain amount,
they release in your pocket.
They release them into the wild.
Oh, is that okay though? Like, won't they be like kind of domesticated, or do they like simulate?
I mean, there are two types of crocodile farms. The one where the tourists go, where those are the laziest reptiles I've ever seen in my life. And then they have ones run by the forest department.
So cute.
And then they have the ones run by the forest department where they breed monsters. So they try to simulate they try to keep them as aggressive as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they feed them once in 3 days, which is what a crocodile normally eats. How frequently a crocodile normally eats.
Keep them hungry.
Yeah. So they're hungry and aggressive. And if you go to one of the petting zoos, like the much more touristy ones, you can touch a crocodile, it's perfectly fine. You can touch the young ones, it's perfectly fine.
Oh,
meanwhile, on these spots, you have a guy holding its mouth because apparently someone lost a finger.
Oh no! In Singapore, like, I don't know, this is kind of tangential. It's not really related to like crocodiles, but the thing about like touching animals that are somewhat seen as dangerous. I mean, crocodiles are definitely dangerous. Just like the example I'm thinking of isn't that dangerous. We have this aquarium, right?
Okay.
On an island nearby.
Okay.
Sentosa Island, which is like the real touristy spot. And in that island, they have touch pools, and they have like little. I don't know if they still have it, but they used to have like shark pups in the touch pool, and you could just touch them.
Okay, depends on the species.
But, like, it was probably like a very relatively tame thing.
Yeah, because
let me look it up. Sentosa shark touch pool. I mean, I don't think it was. I remember them being very, very small, like smaller than the length of my forearm. But I don't know if they still even have those. Oh, bamboo sharks! There it is.
Let me take a look. Bamboo shark.
They're like very, very chill. They feel so nice to touch.
These are the stuff like. Wait a minute. I've seen these what called aquariums around town. They're pretty good. They're pretty,
They're so cute.
No, I think I could buy one for my fish tank if I had one. Just that I don't trust my great aunt with a fish tank.
No, that seems like a bad idea.
No,
especially what you told me before stream today about
it's like how but she's scared of everything. No way.
Oh no.
I'll be like, yes, this is a shark. She's like, why do you have a shark at home? Don't you know it's bad to have a shark at home? It's gonna eat all of us. I'm like, I was thinking about buying a python, but the heat would kill it.
Oh.
And that's what I would tell her.
Dude. I genuinely, for the longest time, I wanted to have a ball python.
Okay.
Like, I really, really wanted one. I really wanted either like a piebald python or a blue-eyed cystic ball python because they're so pretty. And I was literally obsessed with going on YouTube and then watching just like those like reptile keeper videos. And I would just like watch those for hours. I wanted one so bad, but I'm pretty sure you can't keep exotic pets where I'm from.
No, see, it depends on what you guys classify as exotic. I'm quite sure rat snake isn't exotic, is it?
I mean, I'm pretty sure you can't keep any snakes in Singapore, but let me double check it.
Okay.
Snakes, pets. Let's see. 25 legal and illegal exotic pets in Singapore. That seems like a very good
shady
way
list.
to get the animals on this list mixed up on whether or not they're legal or illegal. Here, yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I think it says it's illegal to keep, import, or sell snakes as pets in Singapore.
Import or sell snakes in Singapore. But what about one of the local species?
A local, like a grass snake or something? I don't even know if we have that many snakes in Singapore, do we?
No, isn't it a tropical climate? So there might be snakes.
Might be, but I've never like come across one. You're much more likely to find like a Komodo dragon. snake.
Yeah, like over here you can find both.
Oh.
It's like,
Komodo dragons are like so cute when they're smaller. They're terrifying when they're huge.
and they're kind of funny when they run.
They're so strange looking when they run. Okay, I usually hate how lizards like move. Like I hate house lizards so much because of the way their skin is like slightly translucent. And then the way their entire body wiggles when they run away,
Yeah,
like, oh, it just gives me shivers.
Given that you dislike
When I look
birds,
away
I wouldn't be surprised. Like both of them tend to,
Birds-
both of them tend to have
birds
those
just make
weird,
me smile.
unnatural movement. Have you noticed that they suddenly just turn their heads? Think about lizards over here. They're everywhere. Like we have a mango tree, and if that's there's gonna be mosquitoes, and if there are mosquitoes, there are gonna be lizards.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's lizards in my room all the time and they freak me out every time I see them. It's one reason I'm so glad that I have cats now. Because one of my cats really likes like messing. Well, she hasn't eaten that many, but I know when she sees them, she like wants to just like hunt them. She like plays around with them and stuff.
Okay,
She's
good.
like killed 2 baby lizards in my room now, and I'm just like, that's kind of fucked up, but I'm just glad you're like scaring away the lizards from my room.
Okay, what are Orcos and Orcos? If anything, you want to burn, those are the most mellow ones. I think he's talking about lizards.
Like a Burmese python? I mean, I think that's what he's talking about. But aren't those huge?
No, they're huge.
Yeah, they're gigantic. What are you talking about?
Orcos,
The food cost for this.
No, see, the food cost is fine. The food cost, for me, the food cost is fine. Just let it eat the neighbors. Eat the neighborhood kids.
I mean, to be fair, you don't actually have to feed a python that often. Like once a week or something, depending on how big it is.
See,
and how much you feed it.
So my plan is it eats one of the neighborhood kids. By the time the cops come up, it's already digested the kid, so there's no proof.
Oh no. You'd have to like raise it to the point it can be that large first, though.
I'll just buy it large. I'll just buy it large. I'll adopt it from one of the local zoos.
just set up an illicit trade deal with the local zoos.
Thing is, when it comes to snakes over here, getting a snake is pretty easy. It's
oh my god! Wait, really?
I mean, there's so many snakes here. Like, depends on the species. Like, getting a Burmese python is tough because they're not native to India. You could get an Asian python, which ain't the same, but still,
Let me see. Asian python. How big do those get? Pretty big, I guess.
No, it's
just going by. Are they like reticulated pythons?
Yeah. I can get a Burmese python, but I have to go to the northeast part of the country.
A Burmese can feed a chicken 3 times a month. Wait, that's cheaper than feeding myself. Why can't I be a Burmese python?
Yeah, I can get a reticulated python. That's like least concern. I mean, the classification.
I just want a ball python because you can pick them up and then they curl themselves into a little ball and it's so cute. So cute. Either that or like a hog snake or something, because those are also like really tiny but really adorable. Sorry, not hog snake, hog nose. I don't know why I called it hog snake.
And the thing, like, okay, a green tree python even looks good, but
Oh, those are like kind of, you need like a really big cage for those, right?
Yeah,
you need a high cage.
And that's one. The other thing is, importing it.
Yeah. That'd be a pain.
Yeah, that's the thing. Gotta get from Indonesia or, Northern Australia or something like that. Okay, what did Orcos say?
Not cold-blooded?
Okay.
You don't know that, Oracos. I could be anything. I could be actually a cat. You'd never know.
Oh
my gosh! Speaking of cats, my cat peed on me today. I was so sad. I was so stressed out.
Okay, I think your cat's still learning the way. Is it still a kitten or? Because my sister's cats tend
she's 2 years old.
Okay, because my sister used to have cats. They tend to go out in the garden, dig a hole and pee into that.
They dig a hole. Oh, okay, yeah. Wait, no, that sounds like normal for cats. They like sandy areas to
Yeah.
pee in. But like my cat peed on me because my mom basically we got her recently, like we adopted a new cat recently for
Okay.
like to be a kind of a companion to our like first cat whenever we're because my family spends a lot of time out because everyone's working or in classes and whatever.
Good.
So my mom was worried that she gets lonely and stuff. Um, she came. We adopted her from like another family who like needed to give away some of their cats because they're having another baby, I think, and then they just didn't want to raise two really small kids with so many cats in the
Good.
house because they're living in a small apartment. And oh god, she came with like fur mites, and my mom has been kind of like gung ho about like finding these things to like help get rid of it. So we've already taken her to the vet, right?
Okay.
But then my mom came home today with like this. She came home with this medicated shampoo thing that she said that this cat, a like welfare society place in Singapore,
Okay.
recommended to her, and she was like, "Yay, hey Yen, we should bathe Lola today. Like, oh, when are you gonna help me bathe Lola?" And I was
Oh
like, "Okay,
no.
fine, I'll help you shower the cat." This cat hasn't peed in 2 days.
Oh god.
No, 2 days. I think she hasn't peed since yesterday. And
Ah,
my mom was kind of like, "Oh, she hasn't peed. Like, I'm kind of worried." And I'm like, she'll pee when she needs to pee." Yeah, she definitely peed when she needed to pee
okay, so it's
because I started.
a cat on the medication.
Nah, I think it was she was scared because I don't think the family we got her from had ever showered her before.
Okay.
So like I poured water, like I the way I bathe my cats is I have a big tub and then a little bowl, and I take the shower head and I fill the big tub with like lukewarm water, and I use the little bowl to like pour the water on them because I sometimes they're scared of like the sound of the shower head or like the feeling of like water directly hitting them like that. So I use the bowl to like make it a little bit gentler, and like the basin kind of like once the basin fills up a bit, it kind of stifles the sound of the water coming out. Oh
Good.
god. I had to hold her, right? Because, cats are scared and stuff. Like she's like, "What the fuck are we doing here? What is this giant bowl next to me? Like what is going on?" I started pouring the water on her, and I was like, "I feel something warm." And I don't like that I'm feeling something warm because the water is not as warm as what I'm feeling. And I was already starting to suspect that maybe she was peeing herself. And I was like, "I think I smell something bad." But my mom just like kind of ignored me because she said she didn't smell anything.
Ah,
And then
thing about cat piss is it's extremely pungent.
yeah, it was. I was like, "I smell something bad." And my mom was like, "I don't smell it." And I was like, "Okay." And
Mom,
then
do
she took the shampoo, right? And it has a very strong like medicine smell. And she started lathering the cat with it. And the cat at this point is like facing my mom. Its butt is facing me. I'm sat on the shower floor, like holding the cat and also like trying to like keep it still while she starts like lathering the cat. And I fully see like its tail is up, its butt is towards me, so I fully see the stream coming out from the cat and landing directly on me. And I was like, "No, no." I didn't even know how to react. I ended up letting go of the cat because I was like, "Oh my god, she's like I could feel it. I was so grossed out, and my mom, she shot like the cat shot out of the shower
Yeah.
cubicle. My mom had to grab her and my mom didn't care, by the way, about me at all. She continued lathering the cat outside of the shower cubicle, and I was there like, "Your daughter has just been beaten by this cat. Like, could you not be a little bit?" No, I remember. Even worse, it wasn't even that she just didn't care. She scolded me for yelling because she was like, "You scared the cat," and I was like, "I scared the cat. It peed on me." I was like, "What are you talking about? It's so gross." Sorry, I'm just like I mentioned
It's
it, and
fine.
then suddenly I was reliving the whole moment.
I'd say give the cat a few months. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Oh my god. The thing is, right, my mom with the cat we already have, she makes me shower that cat once a month.
Okay.
And after this, I'm just like, please don't make me shower this cat every month. Because if I get peed on every month, I will move out of this house as soon as I can. Please don't do this to me.
And if it's assuming the cat's gonna pee every month, wear a mask.
It's oh my god. I threw away the shorts that the cat peed on because I was just like, this is disgusting. Like I was just standing there as my mom was lathering it outside the cubicle, holding the shower head, like hosing myself down, and I was just like, I'm still gonna throw away this pair of shorts.
Now,
Like, that was gross. Like I saw it happen in full HD, like right close up.
so I had to once, there's one of the neighborhood cats for some reason likes to shit in my potted plants,
Oh no.
and it's like, and the thing about that is, once the cat uses that pot, the pot's gone, the soil's ruined.
Yeah, because it's too much. It's so acidic.
Yeah, exactly. So I've come up with multiple methods to get rid of the cat. Like my mom's like, you know what? Get some spiky plants. That'll work. I'm like, you know how long it takes for spiky plants to
It
grow?
will not. Oh no. I don't think it'll work, honestly. The cat knows how to position itself, I think. To
No,
not.
and once the cat, like, I got a cactus. I went out and got myself a nice cactus. The cat somehow managed to kill the cactus by digging into the wrong place.
Even the cactus is no match for the cat's.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no.
Uh,
The cat is too powerful.
At least over here, the cats don't do much. Like, at my mother's place, the local cats, sometime, I think, was it October or something, during mating season, they used to do it outside our window. Outside my parents' bedroom.
No, the yowling.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't even. No. Oh no. I'm so glad that we've got both of our cats spayed because I cannot imagine like if they went into heat, I would perish. The noises I've heard from the neighborhood.
It's like a baby being strangled.
Oh yeah. Wait.
No,
Hold on.
it sounds like that.
Hold that back.
It's
That's
like,
an interesting.
I'd say the worst. I'd say the
She
worst
jumped.
noise compared to two cats mating would be a peafowl yowling in the wild.
Honestly, I love cats. I love them, but sometimes the noises they make are absolutely ungodly.
Yeah, see, I like cats as long as they don't shit in my potted flowers. That's it.
That's fair enough. I think that is an absolutely reasonable a reasonable condition to have. And a reason it's good enough reason to not like cats the most.
Okay, so
I mean,
yeah, I know. Back to chat. Orca says, and trees are pretty super pussy. They attack everything that comes into striking distance. Yeah, that's why I want one of those.
Yeah.
That's why I want one of those.
Oh. You just shove people you don't like into the cage.
I know, it's
and
like,
be like, good luck.
it's good. It's pretty good to have something that that's aggressive. You don't even have to show people in. Just show them the snake.
It's a good deterrent.
The only thing is it's cold-blooded and surviving over here. What's it? Well, it's only 32. It's extremely humid over here.
Mm.
It's hot and humid, and I don't think any of the snakes I want could survive here.
Yeah, you probably have the best bet with like local breeds of snake, so you don't need like a special setup for it.
Think about that as it's a rat snake. The local breed.
Ah.
It's a rat snake or a pit viper, and I can't have a pit viper because someone's gonna die. Invariably, one of my younger cousins. It's like the same reason I don't own a firearm over here, because I know one of them's gonna end up playing with it, and I'm the one who's gonna get into trouble. Because surprisingly, getting a firearm over here is pretty easy compared to other parts of the world. Not the States, but other parts it's pretty easy. It's just three conditions.
Firearms are spooky.
It's just three conditions for me. No criminal record, a permanent place of residence, and I think about 4,000 to 7,000 rupees. That's it.
Oh.
They'll go
Yeah,
through.
that is like extremely lax
Yeah.
regulation.
Yeah, and then there's it's just that I'm allowed to own only one firearm, and that's it.
Ah, okay. So that is, I mean, valid. I don't see why people really need a whole collection of them. But then again, I do know Nuna.
See,
And like
see,
for some reason in my head, I will rationalize it to death. That like it's okay for Nuna to have multiple
it's like
guns
how-
and an assault rifle for some reason.
I'll
And
say
I'm just like I'm biased.
now for me, when it comes to firearms, I'm like, some people, yeah, sure, that they're mentally stable enough to have it. Others, I'm like, no, not you. Like thing is having a pistol and let's say an assault rifle. It's like it's two different types, so it's fine. As in, if you're into just shooting as a sport.
Yeah.
Because like at least over here, the self-defense thing doesn't work because no one owns a firearm. Literally, no one owns a
It's
firearm.
just like you really don't. But like, okay, just like as a very generic argument about arms in America, I keep seeing this thing where they're like, oh, like the reason why it works to like regulate access to guns in other countries is that they don't have I can't remember the exact statistics, like let's just say 400,000 or something, or million or whatever it is, for whatever guns in circulation. And I'm like, yeah, you have that many because it's legal.
Yeah,
right? Like you're not saying all of these guns are illegal guns that you have in circulation. You have that many because it's legal. If you what's the word?
criminalize it.
Criminalize it. I don't, yeah, if you criminalize it, like you're not gonna have that many guns anymore in circulation.
So think about Americans and guns. Like the same thing could happen here. Like for example, in New Delhi, our capital, it's easier to get a gun than start a business.
Oh wow!
But the reason that not many people have guns here is there's no culture of having a firearm. That's the main reason.
I don't really understand why it's so important for them to have guns. I genuinely don't. Like I don't see what value add it gives to them, to their lives. But maybe it's just like a cultural thing, because I do live in a very, very safe spot.
It's how I put. It's like I don't understand why my father's ethnicity, even though my dad doesn't do it, like to get mauled by bulls. You know, there's an actual sport where you wrestle a bull. Maybe like, why
you wrestle a bull?
Yeah, you unleash a mad bull. You hold it by the horns and you try to pull it down. That's a sport, by the way. I'm like, why are we still at the Stone Age when it comes to this?
How do you even practice for that? That's horrific. That's terrifying.
No, so when the Supreme Court tried to ban that, over here turned into a statewide protest because it's our culture. Like personally, I don't care. If you want to get mauled by a bull, go ahead. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, but we'll see. Like you're only endangering yourself.
Oh no, you endanger the entire village because you unleash the bull. Just unleash it.
Oh god, you unleash the bull. You don't even do it. Why don't you put yourself into the whatever pen the bull is in? Why do you bring it into the village? God!
You unleash the bull.
Oh no!
I mean, in cases like that,
it looks like it should be like a Red Bull slogan.
Unleash the bull.
Unleash the bull.
There's that, and then what else is that? One of the states not of mine that's actually, let's say I have ties to that state as well. They have this really weird practice of force feeding asthmatic kids a tiny fish that's still alive.
What?
Yeah, you just shove it in. You just shove it down their throat.
Why?
Apparently the fish swims in and clears your nasal canal or some bullshit like that. I'm not a doctor, but I don't think that's how it works.
Like, holy, what? I think my family would have like an actual aneurysm hearing that, because everyone, it's so dumb. Everyone in my immediate family, like parents and siblings, all study either medicine or dentistry, and then I was just like, I'm going to study social sciences.
And I
like
come,
walk around and find out.
and I come from a family of engineers.
Oh, it's really weird, like being the one person in your close relatives who like does something different, right?
Nah, so for me, like, thing is, I chose it by choice. I'm like, yes, I want to make missiles, and then I come to go to university. I'm like, wait a minute, none of these guys can make missiles.
Oh, no.
I'm like, oh no, I'm surrounded by peace-loving idiots. I go up to them, I'm like, can you tell me where can I make missiles? They're like, listen here, kid, there are only 3 places where they make missiles, and I don't, frankly speaking, I don't think any of them will take you in.
Oh
I'm like, oh no, I'm in the wrong
no!
place.
Dreams were shattered.
That's fine, it's fine. Now I invest in companies that make missiles. The next
Now
best
you
thing.
participate from a distance.
The next best thing. But and like from an educational background, both my parents are engineers. I'm an engineer. My aunts, most of them are engineers from the mother's side. My granddad was an engineer from my mother's side.
Wow. Oh my gosh! So it's like kind of a whole family business.
Yes, you could say that. Just have all of us have taken different fields to the point where even if we wanted to start a business, we can't.
So you're just like covering all the bases across the industry.
More or less. Both my parents are chemical engineers. My grandfather was a mechanical engineer. I specialize in radar technologies and communication devices. Even though I don't work with that.
That's so cool.
That's the reason I don't work with that. We hardly have anyone that does that. Like, I've reached a point where, technically speaking, I would be considered an expert in that field.
Holy
Okay.
crap! That's very cool.
That's kind of sad when you think about it because no one does it. That's why I'm like one of the few people who do it.
You gotta create your niche, Koki. You gotta release some papers, make your name.
Already done that.
That's so cool.
That is why I'm
Wow.
doing.
So if I started studying the field, would I eventually come across your papers? And I
More or
wouldn't
less.
even know.
More or less.
Oh, that's very cool.
I'm just waiting for all my professors to die off, so I'll be the last one that studies this.
No.
I mean that
But then you'll have no one to talk to, Koki. About it.
I just call up my sister and be like, listen, yeah, this is how we do. And she's like, you know, I'm still in grade 10, right? I'm like, yes.
You know what? If she's willing to listen, that's true love. That is real familial love right there.
It's not just that. I've already taught her how to I already taught her how to manipulate the stock market. I'm like, listen, dear, you do this, and then you give this guy a call.
Your sister. That is adorable. You know, at least someone's teaching your sister how to do it.
Yeah, see, it's either me or dad because dad. But think about that, his tactics are a bit too old-fashioned these days.
They're no longer up to date.
No, I mean, however, he's a bit too optimistic when it comes to certain companies.
Oh no.
No, but thing is, he before he does anything in the Indian market, he calls me up.
Okay. So there's still like a quality check.
Yeah, there is a
involved,
quality
at
check.
least.
Before I do anything major, I talk to him. Before he does anything major, he talks to me.
Aw, that's a cute system. I like that. That is adorable.
It's an understanding that you know what, in the end, it's gonna be mine and my sister's money. So
Fair enough.
that's how he sees it. So let me just talk to the people who we're gonna get it in the end.
Eventually have to inherit whatever decisions I make here.
Yeah. He's hard, but he's quite pessimistic about tech companies because makes sense. He was active during the early 2000s.
Early 2000.
The dot-com bubble.
Which bubble?
The dot-com bubble.
I don't.
So every company with the name .com in it, any web-based company went for an IPO back in the day.
Oh.
Even companies that have no right to going public.
That's so wild. Wait, I'm like Googling it now. Oh. That is very interesting. I don't really understand speculation.
Speculation, at least my perspective is,
Mm-hmm.
it's basically gambling, but for rich people.
It's gambling with extra zeros on the end, I guess.
Yeah, more or less.
I could never. Mostly because I don't understand it, but also I do not have that sort of monies.
I like to play. I like to play it a much lower scale. It's just that no one likes it. No one tends to. It's a good thing I don't work in, let's say, the big major investment banks here, because one thing I notice about the culture is, if you're optimistic and you're wrong, it's fine. But if you're pessimistic and you're right, then it's wrong.
Ooh. Oh,
you get what I mean?
I mean, kind of. But holy crap.
It's like how I was involved with the local startup ecosystem, the national startup ecosystem, and I was too pessimistic for my co-workers to take me seriously, even though everything I predicted came up.
Oh, really? And they just still were like, nah.
Nah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll sort out. The government will come bail us out.
Oh, no.
Now, see, I predicted that by 2023, they're gonna run out of money, and the taxman's gonna come for his dues, as he always does. Okay, so new companies over here that are classified as startups have a 3-month tax cut.
Oh.
Sorry, no, 3-year tax cut, not 3 months. 3 months is too less. So why? I went through most of their projected earnings, and I came to the conclusion that in 3 years' time they're all going to shut down, or the taxman's going to come for all of them.
Oh no!
And the investors are going to panic because they haven't made any profit, and everything that they promise is based on speculation.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
I mean, they're like, no, it's like right now the excuse that many of them use is, we never expected the pandemic to pop up. If the pandemic never happened, we'll be fine. I'm like, yeah, sure you would. I'm like, yeah, sure you would.
That's a big. I mean, I guess in a little bit of a way, like, yeah, kinda, but.
I mean, like it's
like nobody really expected the pandemic.
Yeah, true.
Still.
But true. But my point is, the pandemic was a catalyst. You guys were gonna feel it either way.
Harsh.
You get what I mean, right? That's my take on that. Like for some reason, my dad really got into the startup things. Like, okay, you're my eyes and ears on the field. Tell me what you see. 1 week later, I'm like, Dad, invest in weed. Just go to the States and invest in weed.
Weed.
And weed and smoke that shit.
I mean, it worked out for you, right?
We have an agreement with the family not to touch weed. It's like my mom is against the devil's grass.
The devil's grass.
So we don't invest in that. She's like, I drew the line with, I'm okay with guns and missiles, but I drew the line when it comes to weed. We're like, okay, fine, Mom.
That's an interesting line, considering the others.
We have alcohol, we have cigarettes, we have weapons, but no weed, no narcotics, as she puts it. I'm like,
fair enough.
Mom, isn't Pfizer technically narcotics? And she's like, and she's like,
not wrong.
And Dad's like, shut up, you're gonna get us into trouble.
That's very cute.
Like, the thing is, I'm like, invest in something stable, invest in something that, if it fails, you can sue them. It's not like we sue because, India...
Solid.
No, we don't sue. Indians don't sue. It's a cultural thing. And it's a practical thing because suing a person here takes forever.
I see.
But it's just like, right now, the markets are doing bad, but the numbers are good for some reason.
That's interesting.
I'm like, I smell, it smells like my neighborhood cat's shit. That's all I can say. That's how bad it is. They're like, yes, Ma. Yes, Ma. Economy doing well. We rose by 500 points. I'm like, yeah, sure you did. Is it?
Like, sure, that definitely happened.
Nifty. Next, and certain companies just shoot up everywhere. I'm like, I smell stock manipulation.
Ooh.
Okay, 1 month.
I remember there was a case in Singapore somewhat recently. Not super recently, but I there was a big case recently about like people getting prosecuted for like some big stock manipulations thing. I wonder what happened. Oh shit, my computer's running out of battery. Do I have my charger? Oh lord.
Yeah, one thing you notice that stock manipulation, they invariably go to prison. That's one of the crimes that actually gets prosecuted properly.
It is a big.
Because
it's a big no.
It's like that's where they draw the line when it comes to corruption. No stock manipulation.
Yeah, like that's the big like we gotta take a strong stance on this one.
Okay, let's take my least favorite company.
Oh.
I'll just it goes up in steps. Okay, it crashes. Okay, one day it crashes, and then goes up in tiny steps each day. It shoots up, then stops. Shoots up and then stops. Shoots up and then stops. Shoots up and then stops. I don't know about you, and this is owned by the richest man in the country.
That.
And it shot up from, let's see, how much was this? Okay, it shot up from 123 rupees per pop to 328 in a span of a few days.
That's pretty sus.
Yeah,
this was Among Us. We'd have to vote this one out. That's sus, bro.
Yeah, it's extremely sus. And when it's supposed to crash, everyone with a brain set's gonna crash. I called up a friend of mine who had a shit ton of stocks in this company. I don't know why she did that. I told her, you're not diversified. She's like, no, this one gives good returns, and she put all her money into it.
Oh no.
Okay, so
maybe she's in on it. No, I'm kidding.
She calls me up one day at work and she's like, I fucked up. I'm like, okay, how much? I'm like, I lost like 30%. I'm like, how do you lose 30% in one day?
30%?
I'm like, okay, fine. How much do you put? She's like, I put like, I think you put about 300k rupees, which is still a lot.
It's still a lot.
I'm like,
that's still a big number.
I'm like, what shit were you smoking? That was my first thing. My second thing was lose 20 more percent and Morgan Stanley might just hire you. I think they lost 17 billion during 2008. Morgan Stanley lost 17 billion. I don't even know
how many zeros that is. Holy fuck.
I'm like, just lose a few more, they'll hire you. They love people who lose a lot of money.
No.
And she was gonna sell. I told her to hold, and let's just say it reduced from 30% to about 15%, which is not so bad. I mean, compared to 30.
Still a Yankees, but that's definitely must have been like hell yes after thinking she lost 30. Oh god, this is why I'm terrified. I feel like I would not know what to invest in if I tried. And I know, like, at some point I'm going to have to. I'm just kind of like, don't want to. I'm terrified.
Yeah, so right now my advice to most people is that despite what they say, inflation's on the rise. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, so despite what they say, like, we can combat it and all that, there will be inflation, regardless of what they do. Just how much it goes up. And whenever inflation increases, people tend to place their bets on gold.
Fair enough.
So there are two ways to address this. One is you actually buy pieces of gold, which liquidity reduces. Like it's not worth having like a shit ton of gold lying around your place.
No, that would be. Can you imagine? Like a whole Scrooge McDuck situation.
Yeah, I'm Indian. We have people who do that.
For real?
Yeah. Okay, so there's a cultural thing with gold. It's nothing to do with religion. It's just a cultural thing. People love gold, and the more gold you wear, the more gold you wear during your wedding, the more. Let me just find it. Let me find it. Let me see if I can find a picture. Like one of my aunts, she basically has a suit of gold. I'm like, what the fuck are you wearing this?
What?
Why you wear that? You don't think it mug you?
Oh my god! A whole Thanos shit.
It's like Gilgamesh from
Oh.
Fate.
Wow. Wait, hold up. You're joking.
No, I'm not. Where's the one I showed Orcos? The one with lots of gold. Why are they showing me the really simple ones?
Like, oh no. The fact that there's like levels to this is still like
It's like they have a belt. They have like 5 or 6 necklaces. They have like up to 4 bangles per hand.
my lord.
Yeah, I think I
You know
found
what?
one
They're
one that's.
committed to the bit, and I respect that.
I think I found one that's reasonable. There you go.
Oh. Wow. That is really pretty though. I'm not
And
gonna
and
lie.
that one's actually simple. They tend to wear 2 more chains. She's
My
missing 2.
lord. Holy crap. It is very pretty. It's still like,
It is pretty,
oh
but
god,
my question is why?
you're going to get mugged. Yeah, for
You're gonna get
sure.
mugged. I found another one.
Everyone walked out.
So this is the necklace. This is what they normally wear.
Man, this is really pretty, but
It is, but why do you need that much?
yeah, it's just like, why are you wearing your entire fortune in one, all at once? Like, please.
Please, for the
This
love of
seems-
God, don't.
Maybe there were other things you could have done.
Their entire inheritance is on them. And this is just the front view. They have stuff on their hair as well. Let me
Oh
find.
my
I
gosh.
found the back view.
Like, more than just the flowers? The flowers are so
No, more than flowers. Yeah, they tend to. You have one braid, and then you have this on your braids.
Oh, wow. That is actually really cool.
It is, but wearing that hurts. It hurts a lot.
Yeah, that must be heavy as
Yeah,
hell
it is.
on your head. Especially on a really tight ponytail braid. Oh god.
See, the braid
Like,
is fine.
my roots would be screaming.
The braid is fine. The worst part is the goal. It's the neck ones. It like pulls you down.
Oh. Oh man. Like, I would just not move. I would, like, if I had to wear all of that, I would just, like, sit in one place for the rest of the night. And then when they're like, okay, the event's over, I'd have to, like, slowly remove everything before I could get up again. Like, that must add, like, at least a full kilogram.
It's like normally it's about 500 grams, half a kilogram.
Okay, half a... That's still a lot.
320 to 500 grams.
My god.
And most of them tend to be hollow.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Because you know you
Still, oh my
can't
god,
expect
I'd
people
be
to
so
wear
tired.
it's
Like, is this like for weddings or like for very special occasions?
no, it's for weddings. Normally for weddings.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And
But
then you
God,
have
imagine like the whole celebrations of a wedding, and you're wearing this. You're wearing a full extra half kilogram the whole time. The
And-
stamina.
and it's metal,
I
so it gets
respect it.
cold around your neck or gets warm around your neck based on the surrounding temperature.
Yeah. Oh no.
No, see, normally people wear for weddings, but there are certain people who tend to wear, let's say, about 50% of this where they go.
50.
Yeah, just remove
Even
the head.
that's a lot.
Just remove the headwear and some of the necklaces. They tend to wear the rest.
My God. You know what? Good on them. They're living their best lives, and I give it my full support as long as they don't.
I
get
mean, the
mugged.
reason there's a reason they're in debt. Just putting it out there.
I see. You know, if they're happy, you know, at least that's something.
There's that, and then there's my personal favorite. We have a homeless person issue around these parts.
Uh-huh.
Even though we have government housing, there are homeless people, and the funny thing is, some of these homeless people tend to wear jewelry.
Tend to wait.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they go there. They're like, I can't feed
They will
myself.
not give
Please pity me. Please give me some. I'm like, good lord, lady, what are you wearing? You look better than me.
Wait, Koki, how are you dressing that you go around and you think the homeless person looks better?
I mean, the homeless person wears more of their clothes than I do. Yeah, or there's one thing. There's this. It's like a 50-50. Okay. Okay. There's one thing which is a guaranteed scam. If you're a tourist, if you see someone begging with a child in their arms, that's not their child.
Oh.
That is not their child.
No. Where did they get the child from?
From some other beggar. They take turns carrying the child.
Oh, okay. That's like no, that's just slightly
but
better than I thought. What I thought.
But
I was terrified first.
But invariably the child's drugged.
Maybe the what?
Invariably the child is drugged.
Look.
So what they do is they drug the child so the kid's asleep. You know, you don't want the kid screaming around the whole time.
Yeah, I get. Oh god, that is so messed up. Holy crap!
And that's why if you go in a cab, if one of them comes around, the cab driver tends to lock the doors.
Oh my gosh.
There's there's the one where you give them something they're like, I can't buy coffee with that, give me money. But like, get the fuck out of here, bitch. Get the fuck out of here. What do you mean you can't buy coffee with that? Give them... That happened to my mom once. She gave someone money, like, well, and they're like, give me more, I can't buy coffee with that.
Bruh.
I'm like, okay, where do you buy your coffee from? Because that's some expensive shit they did.
Like, bruh, just go to Starbucks, or I don't know, what even has cheap coffee anymore?
I think she goes to
Speaking of coffee, do you have hawker centers where you're from?
Hawker, what's that?
It's like a kind of like a food court, but it's like this is weird. I don't know how to explain it because I don't really know what the equivalent that other people have is. Because
Okay.
like in the UK, I know they have like Christmas markets and stuff, or like
Okay, so it's like
like market areas, but it's not quite like that. It's like in Singapore, we have like a dedicated area with like a lot of seating and then a lot of like food stalls around where they like rent the space and then they like set up their shop there and they like sell food from there. And it's
okay.
usually like a lot cheaper than you know like a full restaurant. It's
Okay.
just like an open air seated area.
So it's like a farmer's market.
And kind of, but farmers market usually implies like something kind of like indie and like hip and trendy, and like usually hawker centers in Singapore are like traditional-ish kind of local foods and stuff, and like not very expensive.
No, we have
Like it's
those.
a cheaper option to eat and stuff.
No, we have those, but not in my city.
Okay.
It's
I've been like ordering from a hawker center for like lunch recently because I've started like a course thingy, and then I it's like full day, so every day we like everyone in the class kind of goes out and gets lunch together at the nearest hawker center.
okay.
And I've been trying to like order local drinks. Like we have I don't even know how to explain it, kind of. We have like coffee and tea, and then like there's certain combinations of like coffees and tea, like you know, like coffee without milk, coffee with milk,
Yeah,
coffee with just
yeah.
sugar,
We have those here.
etc.
We have something.
Yeah, like
I
coffee
think
with condensed milk. Yeah.
we have
And
something
then
called.
you guys have like special names for each one.
Yeah, we have something called
like
Sukumali coffee, but I don't even know what that is because.
Never tried it?
No, I see. Thing is, it's not exactly black coffee, but it's black coffee. What is it? It's like one of the guys at work drinks that a lot. Like the marketing guy drinks that a lot.
I'm sorry, it's kind of roboting a bit. I can't hear you
Sorry.
very well.
So it's a type of coffee. Like I don't even know what it is, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
It's waters. What's Sukumali? It's a herb. That's it. It's black coffee with a herb. It's coriander, cumin, and where is it? Coriander, cumin, pepper, coriander
like,
seeds.
It's a spiced coffee kind of, not spice, sorry.
Yeah, it's
I guess cumin is kind of a spice, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, cardamom, pepper, and ginger.
Oh,
And
that
that's
sounds kind of nice, actually. That sounds cool.
we have that. We have like a million different types of tea. It's like each region has their own type of tea, and there's one that we call it filter coffee. It's just coffee, but the beans are fresher than what's normally present everywhere else.
Wait, sorry, I can't hear you super well.
Okay, so we have a type of coffee that's a delicacy in my area, where the beans are freshly ground,
Yeah, huh?
and it's you kind of squeeze the juice out of the beans once you heat it up.
Squeeze the.
You squeeze every
Sorry,
last.
it's like
Sorry,
I don't know if it's the connection. It's like gotten really roboty. Maybe I need to change my Wi-Fi real quick.
I think it's. I mean, is it better now?
Try speaking again.
Can you hear me now?
No, it's still really robotic.
Okay.
It might wait. Hold on. Let me try to hear the
Okay,
stream
and,
and see if it's like just on my end or if it's.
And
like...
yeah, I'll just be back in a minute.
Hmm?
I'll just be back in a minute. I'll have to grab a drink.
I'm so sorry. I can't like parse it because it's gotten really robotic. Oh. Okay.
Yan, can you hear me now?
Yeah. It sounds better. Hell yeah.
Okay, that's good to hear. So I decided to grab what's basically, I would say it's a modern Indian invention. It's peach soda.
Ooh.
That's supposed to be mixed with whiskey, but I'm not touching alcohol right now. Not today.
Fair enough.
Not today.
Peach soda sounds so nice.
Because I got drunk on Friday, and I don't want to get drunk on 2 consecutive days.
No, that's fair. Give your liver a break.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't anything that strong on Friday. It was just a strong beer. That's it. There's a pub. There's a pub near where I work, which I visit I'd say once in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And there are the guys that work there. I'd say I go there for the customer service. And less it's not just alcohol. I can get the same shit anywhere I want. It's just good customer service.
Meowdy's going to bed.
Yeah, good Meowdy, go to bed. Don't have coffee right now. That's a bad idea.
I think he's either going to sleep or he might be going to play more Apex Legends.
In that case, I think the coffee makes sense. Then whilst we have a lot of herbal teas.
Mm-hmm.
And we have something called pepper lemonade, which one of my cousins is crazy about, but I'm not a big fan of it.
Pepper lemon, that sounds kind of cool. I've never tried that sort of combination, but that sounds interesting.
And just replace sugar with pepper and salt. That's it.
Wait, like they don't add any sugar?
No sugar, just
they
pepper.
Just put pepper and salt.
Yeah.
So it's sour and peppery.
Yeah.
And salty.
Yeah.
That is kind of cursed. Oh my god.
And see, it's not commonly, people don't normally drink it. It's just it's just those
something you guys have.
No, it's just those who are not right in the head that drink it. Given that the only person that I know who drinks it, who enjoys drinking it, is a cousin of mine who isn't exactly the sanest person.
Oh my gosh. I mean, in Singapore, we have like kind of strangest drinks as well. So like I was saying earlier, we have like kind of codes for like different things. So like, I think a coffee or a tea without milk but with sugar, you call it like kopi o or te o.
That sounds that actually sounds good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Or like if you want it with condensed milk, you say like kopi si or te si. So like kopi means coffee, te means tea, and then like there's stuff you add at the back to it to explain what you want.
Okay.
But like one thing I never understand is like when you ask for like an iced coffee or an iced tea, they give you a very, I'm pretty sure the tea is just like cold tea, like iced tea with condensed milk. Like that one's easy to figure out. I recently tried to order like the iced coffee at a local like hawker center place. I don't know what it tasted so strange because I've never like ordered coffee at the hawker center before. I usually just get like a tea or something. I could not tell if it was like condensed milk or evaporated milk with sugar or like some other combination, but I've never had coffee that tasted like it, and it's just like kind of bending my mind because whenever if I tried to look it up online, it just says that like, so the word for it is like kopi peng, so like KOPIPENG, which is kind of like just coffee and then ice in I think one of the dialects.
Okay.
So it doesn't explain anything. So I don't know why it had like unknown milk and unknown sugars in it that combined in a way to make it taste so strange. Or maybe it was just like the beans they used were weird, or maybe the instant coffee they used was weird, but like it's been bothering me ever since I got that coffee. I'm just like, what was in it?
So it's over here. It's customary to ask the guy what he put into it.
Really?
Yeah, it is. You can ask them. There's nothing wrong with asking them. It's considered small talk.
I mean, like here, it's just like it's kind of standardized. Like how much you put into it is like maybe up to like the stall owner.
Okay.
But like it usually the what's the word for it?
The recipe.
Yeah, not the recipe. Like the word you use to order it with, like the O or C or like kosong, which means like no sugar. Like that itself is like you telling them what to put in it.
Okay.
But it's only for some reason it's only for when you order an iced drink that it doesn't say unless you said like maybe something like kopi peng kosong. So then you'd be asking for like okay the iced coffee without the sugar.
God.
But it's so weird. So for some reason the ice just throws the whole thing out of whack and they give you this mystery drink.
I mean, over here, if it's like one of the local stalls, it's perfectly normal to ask them what they put in your drink. If it's, let's say, McDonald's, asking them is basically you wasting your time.
Because, like, please give me the secret Krabby Patty formula.
No, it's more of why the fuck is this so small? So, as I mentioned earlier, I spent my childhood in the Middle East where everything's big. The food servings are big. I come here, they give me something that's That's tiny. I asked him, what the fuck is this? He's like, sir, it's a burger. I'm like, why is it so small? Like, sir, I'm like, I asked for the big girl meal, not the kids meal. What is this? Like, sir, that's the normal meal. I'm like, okay, show me what the kids meal is. He brings me a miniaturized set. I was like, sir, this is what the kids meal is like.
I'm just imagining like that Rick and Morty episode with like the tiny food because everyone has tiny hands.
Yeah, that is.
Oh no, they have tiny mouths or something.
Yeah, that's how food is. If you take anything that's important, that's how food is over here.
Oh my gosh.
If you go to, let's say, the Indian knockoff of McDonald's, it's cheaper.
Wow.
It's taxes, so.
Dude, I love McDonald's though, no cap.
No,
I actually really like McDonald's.
see, I love McDonald's as long as the drinks are the right size.
Yeah, as long as they give you the right portion sizing. But like in some Western countries, the portion sizes are like actually insane. Look
Yeah,
how huge they are.
They are. Like, I'm used to that. And then when I see this, it's like, time, like, dude, what the fuck is this? He's like, sir, that's a meal.
Yeah.
So what happened was, I told him I want the biggest drink you have. He gave me something that's considered kid size in other parts of the world. And I go to him and ask him, what is this? He's like, a drink. I'm like, what size is this? Like the largest size. Like, show me the kid size. He brings me something that's like a shot glass. I know I'm exaggerating a bit, but increase.
No.
It's like 2 shot glasses on top of each other. That's it.
Oh my god, that is upsetting. Like a juice box, basically.
No, juice box would be much better because a juice box is at most 30 rupees. This shit was 100.
Oh no! You're right. That is extremely upsetting.
Yeah, McDonald's over here, and think about McDonald's over here, they kind of advertise it for the rich. Which is kind of ironic because...
For the rich?
Yeah, it's advertised for the rich. McDonald's, KFC. Wait, KFC was... I took a friend of mine to KFC because she was leaving the country the next day. And I took her off to... She likes KFC, so I took her there. And both of us, she was from a different part of the Middle East. You know, we both spent our childhood in places where food is abundant. Which is kind of ironic because the Middle East is a desert. So we go there, we're like... Did you guys find the smallest chickens you could, find and pluck their wings out? What the fuck? It's like, sir, what we do is we cut the wings in half. Well, then it's not a wing, it's a half wing. Like, sir, I'm not the guy who makes the rules.
Oh, sorry, it's starting to robot again.
No, he's like, ma'am, I'm not the guy who makes the rules here. I'm like, sure you, the thing that gave me a heart attack once was my sister, I think when she was 12 back, she wasn't 12. When she was 12, I was in uni, so she was 8, I guess. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was 8. This was right before I joined uni. So she wanted the kids' meal. She was 7 or 8, she wanted the kids' meal. I got her the kids' meal, and kids love the fries. That's why the kids want the kids' meal.
Yeah, of course.
They want the nuggets and the fries. They had no fries.
No fries?
I mean, you have to buy the fries. You have to buy the fries on your own.
Oh my god. What a scam. Are you joking?
I'm not. Like, it's like, they want to maintain the, can buy a meal at 200 rupees thing, so...
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, then, you can reduce the size of the fries, but why don't you give the kids the fries? The kids love fries.
Like this, bruh. Yeah, you're just cheating the kids' feelings at this point.
Yeah,
like, that's fucked up.
Yeah, the manager's like, ma'am, I'm not the one who makes the rules. Yeah, like, do you guys all have the same playbook? I think they have a book which says that if customer from different country gets mad, tell them this.
They just have like little lines of NPC dialogue in their employees' welcome book.
They have that. They do have that. Like, sometimes when you ask for a refund, not McDonald's, like, when someone fucks up and you ask for a refund, they have a set of lines which include, feel sorry for the delivery guy. He has a family. 2, sir, we are trying to live it's like, it's sir or ma'am, we're trying to live our lives too. I have kids. Pull the heartstrings. No. Oh, my personal favorite. I am the manager. I'm like, what's the bring me your manager, and he's like, ma'am, I am the manager. I'm like, you should have a manager. I bring him over. He's like,
man, please, please, Believe me, I am the manager. Please, why won't you believe me?
Amma, if you're the manager, if you're the manager, that was me. So so what happened was once, like, we have two food delivery services over here. We have one called Zomato, one called Swiggy. Zomato acquired Uber Eats, which was the best food delivery service here, but they kind of killed it.
Wow.
And Zomato fucks up your deliveries. So once they fucked it up big time, as in the drink was spilled all over my food, and I demand a refund because I can't eat that shit.
Yeah, of course. That's ruined.
Yeah, so after 1 hour of talking, like a half an hour of talking, they decided to refund only the drink. I'm like, fuck this shit. So I start raising the highest method of raising anything, your concerns, is go on Twitter and start complaining about it. So I do that, and then then what they do is they decide to refund the delivery charges. I'm like, the food is ruined. I'm like, what? Like,
you still don't get your food. Like, oh my god.
So I went to sleep hungry. You pulled that card.
Oh no.
Now, even though you don't go to sleep hungry, you have your backup food in the fridge.
I have a really dumb delivery story actually.
Go ahead.
There was one time a friend came over and we were just kind of like hanging out and stuff. And then I didn't have any food at home, so I was like, hey, we could walk out to like a place nearby and we could order food, or we could just order in. And we decided to order in. And then what happened was, so basically I live kind of like in a landed property, and the way to like get in usually is that you kind of have to ring at the front gate to like be let it, like for the swing door to open.
Okay.
But then at the same time there's like a sliding gate for like my parents' cars to get into to like park and stuff.
Okay.
And when the sliding gate is open, it completely blocks off the front door thing.
Okay.
Which is fine, right? Because the gate's open, you could just walk in.
Okay.
But what happened was, we didn't realize that the sliding gate was open when we ordered the food. So when the food came, the delivery person did not say anything to anyone. I guess they just saw that the gate was open and assumed that we were expecting them.
I walked in.
So they dropped off the food downstairs, didn't say a word, left. The food got marked as arrived, and we were like, nobody came to the door, nobody like called or anything, and we didn't get any food. So like, what the fuck? And I feel really, really guilty about this because the person did deliver the food and the restaurant did give the food. But I was like, hey, I didn't get any food. Can I have a refund? And they refunded me. And the thing was, me and my friend had the audacity to... No, it's not over. We had the audacity to be like, we really wanted that food that we ordered though. So let's just order from the same place. So we did that. And they sent the food, and then when we went, like the next time, the person actually like rang the doorbell because I guess the gate was closed by then.
Okay.
And so we went out and collected it, and then as we were coming back into the house, because it's really weird. So there's two entrances to get back into the house. There's one where it goes up to like the normal like first floor level, and then there's one that goes down to where my parents park. And then there's another entry into the house from like the lower area.
Okay.
And we realized when we went down to the lower area, there's a bag of food there. That's just so we had two orders of the same food, and we were like, oh god, we like refunded our order and everything, and we only paid for one order, and now we have like twice the portion that we need. And I just felt so guilty. Oh, honestly,
yeah, that happened with me and Amazon. That kind of happened with me and Amazon. I bought something. I forgot to check the boxes properly. I thought it was part of the packaging. I told them you missed two things. They said it again. Then when they don't say it again, they refunded it. Then I opened it and I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh no.
Sometimes. And because the thing about Amazon, if I call them up and tell them, they'll be like, it's fine, you keep it. No, the thing about Amazon is that's one thing I like about Amazon here. Okay, so the thing is, so when they refuse to deliver properly, I go on Twitter, make some noise. I get a phone call with one of the regional managers. You did that.
Oh.
And that
Oh,
guy's
yeah.
and that guy's like, I tell him story. Listen, yeah, sorry. Like, but ma'am, you didn't take pictures of it. I'm like, do I look like a forensic analyst, scientist to you? Why should I sit there and take pictures of it when my carpet was spoiled?
Yeah.
He's like, ma'am, I understand, ma'am, but still, protocol. Like, I got this. Screw you and your protocol. Give me your manager.
Yeah. Oh my god.
He's like, ma'am, I'm the manager. I'm like, don't you have a boss or something I can talk to?
I don't care. Just bring me the person who's above you in the hierarchy.
No, it's like, ma'am, I'm the highest ranking person here. I'm like, fine. He's like, they agreed to refund 66% of the entire order. That's the highest they're going.
Oh.
It's like, ma'am, do you want me to give any feedback to my superiors? Tell them to go fuck themselves.
Oh my god.
They lost the customer. That's it.
Oh no.
No, the fun thing is like, thank you, ma'am. Anything else? Now, the thing that pissed me off is they give me this standard line, which is, ma'am, we'll launch, like, the first question is, we tried to call the delivery guy, he didn't pick up. I'm like, ma'am, what the fuck are you guys doing?
It's
Isn't he
always
supposed...
like that every time.
And then they're like, this is what we'll do, ma'am. We'll take your feedback and we'll give a stern warning to the restaurant and delivery guy. If they don't listen, we'll tell them again. If they don't listen, we'll tell them again. And then we'll take action. I got
That's
pissed. I'm like,
always the 3-strike policy.
nah, I'm like, the 3-strike policy doesn't work, and you don't tell it to a pissed off customer.
Yeah. Like you just give them some kind of empty promise at least.
Because
Oh,
the
man.
3-strike policy actually brought down a major airline over here.
Oh.
So
for
what
real?
happened was someone found cockroaches on a cockroach in the food they bought.
Ooh.
It's not like the complimentary airline foods. They paid for it. Even if it's complimentary, a cockroach in food, bad idea.
Yeah. For sure. No, yeah, for sure.
So the person, complained, went online, went on Twitter, filed the official paperwork and all that. The CEO of said airlines said the same thing. First we'll investigate, then we'll give them warning. If they repeat it, we'll give them another warning, and if they repeat it, we'll remove them from. We'll cancel our contract with them.
Mm.
And that is how a rich brown guy lost his job.
Oh no.
I'm like, no, what sort of idiots do you hire?
What? Wait, sorry, what?
And my question to them was, what sort of idiots do you hire? Who thought that was a good idea? Who thought that satisfy the angry mob? And that company is now filing for bankruptcy, and no one wants to buy said company.
Oh no.
Okay, it's not just a cockroach thing. It's like a set of it's quite a lot of events mashed up together.
Yeah, that's fair.
It initially started off as a private company, but the Indian government decided to nationalize it. They bought it, and the company that the parent company of this airlines, the original parent company of this airlines, even they didn't want anything to do with it. They're like, you bought it, you keep
They were
it.
just like, take it, please. I don't want it.
It's basically a case study of how not to run an airline.
It's a play-by-play of everything that could possibly go wrong went wrong, I guess.
Sad thing is they're gonna do it again. They will do it again. So it started off as
They never learn.
They never learn. It started off as a private airline which the government acquired. They merged it with one of their existing airlines, which was a bad idea due to cultural differences between two companies. And then they decided to start a budget version of that called Air India Express, which is where the entire cockroach fiasco came up.
Oh no.
And then they decided to subsidize it. Subsidizing
And then
air.
they decided to subsidize it.
Subsidizing
After
air.
the whole cockroach.
No, it wasn't a result of the cockroach thing, but subsidizing an airline was a bad idea.
No, yeah, like subsidizing something that had that sort of reputational hit just doesn't sound smart.
We're talking about a bunch of old dudes.
That's
And as I don't want to get too political, but as your prime minister said, most of these guys should be in prison.
Okay, I did not know he said that.
He said that, but that's like, yes, finally a man who speaks truth.
Your prime minister?
Yeah, he said
Wait,
that.
which one? Like the old one
No,
or like the current one?
The current one.
The current one. Damn, I didn't think he was that bold. I thought he was much more diplomatic compared to his dad.
See, he diplomatically told that most Indian politicians have criminal records. Please don't be like them. I'm like, yes, a man that spits facts.
Hell yeah.
Meanwhile, every politician in India is like, how dare he call me a criminal? I just essayed a couple of women and maybe stole some things, but that doesn't make me a criminal.
Just like everyone has that on their record. Like
no, right, most of them do have that. Like there's one guy who I'm not gonna give his name because he could sue me. He allegedly murdered his wife.
Oh my god, that is fucked up.
He's a member of the parliament. He allegedly murdered his wife, and he's one of the guys who started like. See, let's say you have a reputation of a guy who murders your wife. Okay, I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying people accuse you of that. Allegedly, yeah.
Like that is a popular opinion.
And someone makes a statement about politicians being criminals. You don't start jumping up and defending everyone because that makes you look like. Wait a minute, maybe you did.
It makes you look like you might be a little bit incriminating.
You're kind of sus, aren't you?
Like you might have a little bit of a vested interest here.
Yeah, exactly. Did you murder your wife?
Oh no!
Oh, the entire thing was like a weird. It's like a cheesy 1960s spy novel. How he murdered his wife. It involves a Pakistani journalist who's quote unquote supposed to be a Pakistani spy. It involves his wife speaking with spy. It involves the UN. Maybe like, come on. This sounds bad. Bad.
That is wild. What the fuck?
It involves him saying,
"Oh no!
I swear to drunk, I did not murder my wife. I swear to God, I did not murder my wife." It's like the O.J. Simpson trial.
Oh no! Not the O.J.
Just give me a minute. I'm gonna call. I'll just be right back.
Oh, no worries.
Hello? Okay, I'm back.
Oh, well, welcome back.
That was Amazon.
Oh, speak of the devil.
Yes, and they shall appear. Yeah. Okay, anyway, I think it's getting a bit late in your place, right?
It's about. I mean, it's like 12:15, so I can stay for a little bit longer. But
So that's fine. I
I'll
think it's
probably up in a pee.
I just don't know. Just don't stress yourself too much.
No, don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, where were we? Oh yes, the cheesy spy novel.
We were getting into the drama.
The drama of how a then Indian diplomat murdered his wife. Allegedly.
Yeah. Oh god. Allegedly. Allegedly. Maybe.
Maybe he didn't do it. Maybe it was someone else. Or maybe she just accidentally, offed herself.
Yeah, like maybe it's kind of like just accidentally. It could happen to anyone.
Yeah, you just trip,
that's something that definitely happens.
Yeah, it happens. You just lock the room on the other side, and you're found dead on the inside. Maybe you do that. You lock yourself on the other side. You sneak in through the window, and you do it. It's totally possible.
Yeah, it's definitely happened more than once. There's definitely a precedent to this, so it's completely believable.
Yeah, so
and understandable.
Yeah, so who says that it didn't happen?
Yeah.
It's like you have guys like that who start crying, who start saying that no, I definitely did not murder my wife. I'm like,
just getting like a little bit too defensive for anybody's comfort.
I'm like, Mr. Prime Minister, I think I just need you to accuse everyone. We'll find out who actually did something wrong.
just like, sir, just start name dropping them. Just watch them panic. We'll figure it out from there.
We can use it as a starting point. It's I actually found it funny that most of them start panicking.
Oh no.
And then recently a politician of ours went to UK and started name dropping people. All of them started panicking again. See, this guy, I would say this guy said half truths because he tended to make his family and his party seem like the good guys, but
But the accusations to the accusations unfounded.
No, the accusations were actually more or less close to socially accepted facts.
Damn.
As in, yes, they're political families. Yes, some of them are corrupt. Yes, not every state was happy with being part of the republic in the beginning. I'm like, dude, what's the new thing? And then it's like my great grandpa was a really nice guy who did nothing wrong. He'd be like, press X to doubt. My great grandpa was a really nice guy.
Wait, that's all the others. That's not me,
Yeah, that's like. And then another one. Indian diplomats were extremely arrogant. I'm like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Diplomats are known to be arrogant. And then he's like, back when my dad was in power, this shit never happened. I mean, like, press X to doubt. I'm like, yes, daddy's boy, yes.
I think you would bring that up, sir.
Let me just check. What do they say? He's often known as. He's seen as a rich kid. I'm not gonna say he's I'm quite sure he's a guy who doesn't want to be in politics, but his dad was prime minister, his grandmother was prime minister, his great grandfather was prime minister.
I mean, Singapore was on our way to that, but luckily we're not gonna have a third dynasty, supposedly.
No, see, if the dynasty political dynasties, I'm not gonna say inherently they're bad, but they practically end up becoming bad.
They can be okay at the start. Like, I mean, our start was pretty good. Second one is like not half bad, not the worst we could have had. But I'm very glad that they've decided to not continue with it, because eventually it will go downhill at some point or the other.
All good things have to end. Right? The first one in this case, the first one was the first prime minister. Not so bad, but not a strong leader. Like, I'm not a big fan of his, but not so bad. He fucked up a lot.
Could have been worse.
It could have been worse, yeah. His daughter, the first female prime minister of India, she had to be part of the boys' club, so. Let's just say she was willing to do what was necessary to maintain power.
Yikes.
Her son decided to fix his mother's problems, ended up getting killed because of that. He's basically RJFK.
Oh no.
And then we have his son, the guy everyone likes to make fun of.
Oh
I'm like, he's not such a bad guy. I can't be honest, for an Indian politician, he's not such a bad guy.
no.
It's just that,
Just
he's...
extremely memeable.
Yeah, he's extremely memeable. He's a walking, talking joke, as people like to call him.
Oh no.
It's like...
He's just doing his best.
he seems like a nice guy, but not a politician.
It's definitely not. It definitely feels like to be a politician, you need to have a certain kind of personality. I'll say.
Yeah, you need
like a certain kind.
you need to have a level of ruthlessness which some people don't have. Now, you could be a good person while maintaining that, but you need to know how to balance both of that.
You need to have like some level of like kind of Machiavellian
personality, but
yeah.
But in his defense, most Indian politicians don't have that.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, it's like, wait, if you print infinite money, there's something called inflation. Why didn't you tell me that before?
Oh no! It's just so...
Or my personal fear. What do you mean I can't give free stuff to get votes?
Oh god. He just has no idea what he's doing, I guess.
No, it's not this guy. I'm talking about Indian politicians as a whole.
Just in general.
In general, they're like, what do you mean we can't give free stuff to get votes?
I see.
How do you plan to win this election? By giving more free stuff and promising even more free stuff.
Okay, yeah, so I'll say to be a good politician, you need a certain something.
Yeah, you need to know how to balance the demands of the crowds with what's practically possible.
Yeah.
You can't be like, sure, I'll give you free stuff.
It's like also always like kind of a thing, like as a politician, they always have to, at some level, they have to have a vested interest in being able to continue their careers.
Yeah, that's the
just a constant.
No, that in a way that's double-edged sword, because in many cases the demands of the many tend to be stupid. Okay, see, if let's say hypothetically, if I'm a position where I just get free money for doing nothing, I would love to take that.
Yeah.
You get what I mean, right? Now imagine one of my I'm a politician. One of my predecessors created a system where you do jack shit and get money. See, me revoking that is a bad idea.
Yeah, for your self-interest.
Yeah, my self-preservation. Like, as a politician, I'm supposed to protect my interests, mine and the party's interests.
Yeah.
And this is called political suicide.
Yeah, I mean, like in my so like I did when I was at university, I did study like some political stuff, and I had to do like a whole module on political psychology.
That sounds
it's
interesting.
like that's basically like the very first thing that you always have to consider when like either like what choices a politician can make, or like if you're lobbying a politician to do something, you have to like kind of have some base. You have to always like have the basic understanding of like what's their absolutely not kind of thing versus like what stuff that you could convince them to do if you like framed it right or like said it a certain way to make them think like, ah, yes, this is my idea and it's great and it's gonna benefit me. And the baseline is always that like if it's gonna negatively affect their career or like their future re-election cycles, so you have to always be really like aware of the context. There's just like no chance it's ever gonna happen. Which is like it's like taking that module made like looking at a future in like even just being in a non-profit organization that has to try to work with and lobby the government seem like absolutely abysmal. Like learning that just made it feel like, oh, okay, there is no hope for humanity.
I mean, it gets worse when you have a bunch of what we like to call fourth grade guys who failed fourth grade. That's a label for politicians. Let's say hypothetically, if I go to my parents and say I'm going to be a politician, they'll start laughing at saying it's a good joke.
Ugh.
And to be honest, if my sister comes and tells me that she's going to be a politician, I'll laugh at her and say the same thing. Because to be a politician, yeah, the first thing is go to prison. That's where you network. It's
that's
like,
where you meet your future collaborators.
yeah,
and
exactly. Yeah,
conspirators.
that's over here. That's how things are over here. Like the Americans go to Harvard or Yale or something like that. I assume the Singaporeans do something similar. I mean, top schools or universities or
Yeah,
companies or something
the
like that.
whole boys club in those schools.
Yeah.
I hate.
Over here, it's prison. It's prison. It's a central prison, not a state prison. It's a central prison. The central government prison. You go there, you chill out with you try to get chummy with the guys in power. And once you go out there, then you play the like Gandhi. I went to prison bullshit. But
I
Gandhi
went
didn't go to prison.
and I reformed, and that's how I understand.
No,
the means of the
you should never say you're from. You should be like Mahatma Gandhi. I was oppressed by these guys, but if I become whatever position,
it was you were never in the wrong.
oh, yeah,
I
exactly.
see.
You gotta play that card. Because accepting that you're wrong, at least when it comes to Indian voters, it's saying that maybe you can make mistakes again. Therefore, you're not capable of being a leader.
I see.
You gotta frame it in such a way that if you're running for a state legislator, you gotta frame it in such a way that the guys in the central powers, the central government that's our version of the federal government. They're the ones who are oppressing us. You're fighting for state rights or some bullshit like that. Just pull it off your ass. It works like a charm. Just be like, I'm the Gandhi of the state. I'm fighting for your rights, and the oppressors threw me into prison or some bullshit like that.
And the voters never learn.
Oh, they love that shit. Like,
They'll eat it right up.
no, just bring up the language issue, because since we have like a couple of thousand languages, our official language is still English. And many people don't like that. So bring up the language issue and be like, as a federalized state, we have the right to choose which languages we speak. Therefore, tell these guys to get out or some shit like that. Talk about quote unquote immigration. And immigration, unlike let's say other parts of the world, our version of immigration is we like people from outside coming in. We just don't like people from other states coming into our states. Go for the entire build a wall storyline. Build a wall and that state shall pay for it.
Oh my gosh.
And then, ask and start demanding preferential treatment for people for your states. Ask an exemption from, let's say, standardized testing service. Or say that and increase taxes and blame the central government. I'm just saying it from the state perspective. When the central perspective comes up, you just do the exact opposite. Blame the states. And then you shall go reach a position of power. After which you
roadmap.
And after that you pretend like you've done something or don't do anything.
Oh
no. Because if you fix the problem, what are you gonna promise to fix next time?
I see. You're just thinking ahead.
You think ahead. It's not just about you. It's not just about you. It's about your kids and your grandkids and so on.
Man, this is bleak. This is a rough note.
It's how to put. In the end, despite all this, there's been no water fraud in this country. All the shit that's happened, it's because the people wanted it.
Freely chose it.
Yeah, they freely chose it. It's like Indians be kinky. They like to be the sub. They like to be upset. Like I know people be like, no, we believe freedom. They're like, yeah, sure. You like to be screwed over by big governments, don't you?
They're just like, as long as it was my choice.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Yeah, that's them. It's like, as long as it's not the white man, we're cool with this. They're like, we like being spanked out.
Oh.
Yes, screw us over with more taxes. That's Indian.
Oh god.
I'm like, any more taxes and I'll officially be classified as the poor. They're like, yes, more taxes. Yes, please. Even harder. Make it tough for me to get a job.
Oh no. No.
it's it's an interesting thing. It's just, I have a solution. Just liberalize sex in India. Remove the stigma of, sexual relationships in India. The problem solved. They can get spanked by their girls as much as they like.
Everyone will like have that post-nut clarity.
Yeah, exactly.
To know what to vote for.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
We've solved it. We've cracked the code, boys. Now all we gotta do is write the policy papers.
We did it, Patrick. We saved the city.
We've done it. We've achieved world peace.
We've achieved world peace. All we had to do is accept that, maybe getting spanked by a girl ain't so bad.
Just gotta have an open mind to it. Maybe getting pegged, just
yeah, it ain't that bad. See,
try at least once. Who knows?
See, it ain't that bad. See, if you want to get pegged, go for it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Hell yeah, we love the sex positivity.
Yeah, it's like as long as it's between consenting adults, it's perfectly fine.
Exactly.
And even if the law says sucking dick bad, it's outdated. No one's gonna enforce that. that was actually a thing a few months back. It's like there were laws on what positions you could do.
Wait, seriously?
I mean, it's ancient. It's ancient laws. It's just that no one cared to look at it. It's like the fish. It's like carrying the fish. It's like carrying a fish in London. No one enforces it. No one even thinks about it.
Oh, I just remembered another like really odd law from Singapore. Apparently, if like say you're in your home, right?
Okay.
In your own private property, and you have the windows open, and you're naked.
Okay.
If someone looks in and sees you, you're the one who gets into trouble for it.
Okay, so it's
the other person peeking in your windows.
So it's considered like jaywalking or something like that.
I think it's like you're the one who's being indecent.
Wait,
even though you're in your own home.
So hypothetically,
so like they could report you for being visible.
So hypothetically, a peeping Tom could complain to the cops if he doesn't like what he sees.
Hypothetically.
Yeah, just imagine that. I would like just imagine a peeping Tom be like,
bro, my neighbor is naked and I do not like it.
Bro, my neighbor is naked and he ain't got the abs I thought he did.
Please. Just tell him to wear a t-shirt. That's all I'm asking for. Jail time.
Or even better, my neighbor's naked but I want his wife to be naked. I could imagine a teenage boy doing that.
Oh no! Oh god. You know what? The thing is, I could absolutely imagine that too.
Because like I have a couple of friends in law enforcement. The cases they've told me, some of them are just wild.
I have a cousin who's in so like there's like mandatory conscription.
Yeah, military service.
Yeah, and I think after their like basic training and all that, they kind of get put into like different
units,
like whatever's, right? So my cousin's going through it right now, and he's in the military police.
Okay.
What he does most days is like he just like kind of like checks through people's belongings when they come back to the camp and everything.
Okay.
And there's this one thing he mentioned that just stuck with me, which is apparently like my other cousins were asking like, oh hey, what's something like really weird that you've had to confiscate from a person?
Okay.
The mandatory conscription is mostly just guys, right?
Yeah.
And then for like girls, it's optional.
Okay. What's the weirdest thing you found?
He got not one, but 2 breast pumps.
Wait, what? Why?
This person, for some reason, decided that like, oh yes, it's a necessity for me to bring not just one, I need a backup just in case.
Wait,
of a breast
both of them were the same person?
It's the same person. Yeah, like by the one person, and they were like, why do you need this? And he was like, I can't remember what the reasoning was, I really can't because I was just so flabbergasted by like, why would you even try it? And if you were gonna try it, why would you bring two? Were you hoping like they wouldn't recognize that there was a second one? Like, what was the thought process?
Okay, that something happens. Something similar happened to one of my seniors in university. They went through her stuff.
No.
They found like they went through her roommate stuff, and they found a they found they found a vibrator.
Uh-huh.
And so she had to back up her roommate and just called it a back massager.
Okay.
And the person inspecting it decided to have a back massage. Now apparently this person used it the previous day and then bought it.
No.
Maybe the person your cousin inspected was expecting something like that.
Oh no.
They just wouldn't notice.
What?
They just wouldn't notice. Maybe it was on the hopes that they wouldn't recognize what it is.
Yeah, maybe they're just like, oh, this is like some strange contraption. I like to believe that maybe they just did it on a dare or something to see what would happen. You know, like how like the Twitch, like recently the whole Twitch meta has been like to just fully stream like full movies and like series of random shit just to see how far they can take it before they get copyright struck.
Yeah.
Like maybe it was just something like that. Like they were just seeing how far they could get.
I hope so, because see what
what would be a legitimate excuse for that?
maybe he's just into it.
Yeah, maybe he just like maybe it helps him sleep at night. Maybe he can't sleep without the feeling of his breast being gently pumped.
See, thing is, I'm not judging. It's just maybe I'm totally judging on time.
It's okay to be a little judgmental. He's not here to hear it.
I'm genuinely confused on why. See, even if you wanted to relieve yourself, why do you want to bring it into an environment where you get your stuff checked on a regular basis?
Yeah, why would he bring it into camp? And like, I'm pretty sure in camp, it's not like they have any privacy at night.
Yeah,
like they sleep in bunk beds, right?
Yeah, exactly.
With, like everyone in there. Like you're not gonna have a moment to use it. Or like, okay,
maybe he
to
has.
be fair, I'm sure that people like do a stealth jerk off somehow while in camp and everything.
See, I'm quite sure squad mates knows he's having fun. They just ignore it.
Yeah, like it'll just be like a courtesy thing to everyone pretends they don't know when someone's doing the do.
Yeah.
But still, that's like it's so incredibly bold and brave for no reason. Like this person had the audacity, but why?
Yeah, that's the question. What's in it for him?
It's a mystery we'll never know the answer to.
Or maybe we will.
Maybe next time I see my cousin, I'll ask him. So, but why was it again that guy decided to bring 2 breast pumps into the camp?
Oh, why are you traumatizing your cousin? I'm quite sure he knows the answer, and it's an answer he never wanted to hear.
He needs to toughen up just a little bit.
See, sometimes some things that are better left as mysteries.
It might be nice. Like, I'll have a whole like competition on Twitter. Write the best excuse for this, and then I will draw you a live 2D model because holy shit, there is no good excuse for this.
See, it's possible that maybe he's just into it, or maybe he was expecting to find a nice lady. Maybe he watched a bit too much of an anime.
Maybe he had a secret friend in the camp somewhere.
Yeah,
Maybe
I know.
He got really friendly with one of the janitors who really needs a breast pump.
The question is, why does the janitor need a breast pump?
Well, she needs her breast pumped. That's all. No need to question further.
I mean, there are easier way. There are considerably easier ways to do it.
I wouldn't know.
Neither would I. But my question is, why are you bringing it into a military camp? They're going to check everything. They're going to search everything.
I don't know why you would do that.
The entire point of a military camp is nothing is sacred. They're gonna search everything.
It's absolutely like it's it just haunts me. Just now that I have this knowledge, it haunts me, and I hope it haunts you too. So I will not be alone in this suffering.
To be honest, I've seen worse.
Oh,
I've seen considerably worse.
shit.
It's Harvard. It's just that those weren't military camps.
Oh.
You had privacy over there, so it's understandable.
It's like when you think you have privacy, you can kind of like excuse the other person doing it.
Yeah,
it's just
like,
like odd.
it's
When the
like-
person comes in fully knowing they will be searched and they will be questioned.
Yeah,
on
exactly.
this.
See,
Maybe
see,
that's their kink.
that's the thing that makes it disturbing. Maybe he wanted people to watch him.
Oh no.
Maybe he's freaky that way.
Yeah. Maybe he's a little freak.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe he wanted to get caught.
Oh god. It's like one of those, having a having a kink for police officers, and you're just like, what are you gonna do? Arrest me? It has that sort of vibes exactly.
Sir, step away from the vehicle. I'm arresting you for harassing an officer. I'm quite sure that's what your cousin would say.
Just like, sir, you're not in trouble for the breast pump, you're in trouble for involving me.
Because the thing is, Harvard, it's kind of weird, but I don't think it's illegal to have that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you won't get in trouble for it, but like they still have to take it away because it's like why do you
Why do you need one? They'll take it away because it violates regulations. I'm quite sure for the first month they take away your phones as well.
I think they take away your phones for a while, or I'm pretty sure if your phone doesn't have like photo taking capabilities, there's something you can install to like make your camera not work anymore, or you bring in a phone that doesn't have a camera like in the hardware.
Okay.
Like, then you're allowed to bring it in, but you're usually like only allowed to use it on like certain times of the
No,
day, I think.
like from my understanding, at least the Indian military, like for some reason, part of one of their student programs, they taught some of us parachuting. Like all our phones were confiscated before we came in, and we were warned under the punishment of being hanged. That if we take our phones out, we'll be hanged.
Oh,
So it's so the hanging thing. I think they were just messing with us, but according to protocol, will be prosecuted for conspiracy to come for espionage
yeah.
and in times of war they could hang us for that.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh.
I mean, see that makes sense. For a breast pump, they'll just look at you weird. That's it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure my cousin did have to confiscate it because he was just like, you just can't bring this in. Like, why? Why would you bring it in? I think it like they don't have anything that expressly says don't bring a breast pump into camp.
But just too weird.
It's just like you just can't have this.
It's-
Why would you even try to have this?
I think it's more of it's reached a point where it's so weird that it's pretty dangerous. You know,
Yeah, it's suspicious.
it's suspicious. Like why? Yeah, like it makes sense. Like why he would confiscate it.
It's just like we'll give this back, but
When you
just
leave,
know,
when you
this
leave,
is
you can
really
take it back.
fucking Weird. You can have it back, like after when you leave, but just know this is pretty fucked up, man.
I'm quite sure your cousin had a really interesting conversation with this commanding officer.
I'm sure he does. I'm sure they. I wonder, like, if I was in the army, I would just love to, like, if my commanding officer was like actually nice, just like talk to them, and be like, so what's the weirdest recruit you've ever had? What's the strangest thing that's happened? Please share all.
And when it comes to military guys, sometimes you just don't want to know.
Fair enough.
Take it from me. I know.
Oh no.
No, it's like so they have like an army reserve. They call it the National Cadet Corps, but it's more like an army reserve for
NCC, yeah.
NCC. It's like an army. They kind of treat them like army reserve, the shit they've done. Maybe like I got rejected for incompatible personality.
Oh no. You didn't pass the personality test.
Now I hazed my commanding officer, so
Mm.
so they were
I see.
hazing the rest, and I accidentally hazed them. So they were talking about military regulations, and I asked them about a specific regulation they weren't aware of, and they kind of forgot about it. I'm like, please give me answer, please, please give me answer.
So they're like, God, why are you harassing me?
Why are you harassing me? And my personal favorite, this was the Air Force branch. They're like, one of them was like, the Indian Air Force is pretty time. Like, good lord, you fucking idiot! Do you know how many aircraft we have? We're like the fourth or fifth largest air force in the world, and that is considering the U.S. Navy as an air force, which is technically true. But if you remove them from the air force classification, we're the third largest.
Oh,
Yeah, we're the fourth largest. It's I think the Americans, the Chinese, the Russians, and then us.
Oh,
And
that's pretty.
I'm like, oh, they're like, okay, get rid of the kid, get rid of the kid.
Just like, please don't let them in, please.
Please don't let them in. There's that, and there's the time when the Air Force accidentally recruited me as a child soldier. That was so every year they used to open up this recruitment booth in campus, even though it's not really successful because the more highly rated the university, the less the chances the kids go for military service.
Yeah, good.
So it went something along the lines of, you seem interested, state your name. I'm like, my name? State your... And it reached a point, date of birth, like, okay, since you're women and you're engineering, you want to be this. I'm like, yeah, officer. I'm like, yeah, sure. I was like half-assedly answering things, not knowing what they were talking about.
Oh no, God.
And then
You had no idea what you were getting into.
and it reached a point where they asked for my date of birth. And I joined university early, age 17, so they're like, wait a minute, why am I recruiting a child soldier?
They got all the way there and they were like, wait, fuck.
Wait, fuck, it's a child soldier.
Closest I've gotten all day.
Yeah, it was like that. And then like, what do you think? I'm like, I thought you guys were selling model aircraft. Which
I thought this was for a mailing list.
Which they were, but they were trying to recruit kids as well.
Oh my god, yeah, I've had like random souvenirs from like army pop-up booths at job fairs and stuff. And they just give away random shit to try to like...
The sad thing was...
so cool.
The sad thing was the stuff I wanted to buy, they weren't for sale. They were just props.
Oh
They're just props to get the kids interested.
no. It'd be like that some days.
Nah, the
Just,
best
like,
props is...
crushing your childhood dreams.
If I actually want props, I'll have to fly all the way to New Delhi, go to the Air Force Museum and buy stuff there.
Oh.
Or I can buy it on Amazon, but Amazon's pretty expensive. It's you can get the stuff, but it's you'll have to travel a bit.
Yeah.
Or it's been like
Fair enough.
it's been like 8 years since I did. Let me just check it if that's available here, Indian Air Force store. Because I recently discovered that the postal service has online stamps, as in you could buy the rest stuff online. Let me just see if the military has it.
Also, I should say probably after this topic, we should maybe wrap up a little bit.
For me to figure this out, it'll take a lot of time. I'll let you know if I find anything.
Yeah, for sure. Just DM me. It's interesting.
Okay, but thanks a lot for coming on. Really enjoyed having you on.
Thanks for having me.
And
this was so fun.
And sorry for the delay.
No. Don't even worry about it. I mean, we were supposed to do this last week, and I was like, can we delay this a full week? So
that's fine.
half an hour in comparison is pretty tame, right?
Yeah, more or less, but I still kind of feel bad about that.
No, don't even worry about it. I'm sorry I have to like cut it short now.
That's fine.
We should hang again.
It's fine.
I really enjoyed this.
It's like the middle of the night for you, right?
Yeah, just past the middle. It's about 1 a.m. ish. Getting to there.
Get some rest, okay?
Yes.
Anyway, thanks a lot. Nice talking to you.
Hopefully not dream about being peed on by my cat. So I'm scarred.
Give it a few weeks. You'll forget the smell.
Hopefully.
And just have a bottle of Dettol next to you. That helps a lot. Just smell that thing, you forget about the smell of cats. That's what I do.
I'll just have hand sanitizer by my bed, and I'll just like inhale it.
Nah, that works as well.
Alright,
Anyway, see you later again. Bye.
see you around. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.